Good morning, everyone. Our report is all about the Unit 5, Late Childhood, the Intermediate Schooler. Under this is the Module 22, Cognitive Development of the Intermediate Schoolers.
Cognitive development of the intermediate schoolers. Since children in this stage are already in their late childhood, rapid development of mental skills is evident. According to John Piaget, concrete operational thinkers can now organize thought effectively, although they can only logically perceive the immediate situation. They can apply what they have learned to situations and events that they can manipulate. So, in this stage, ang mga kasanayan sa pag-iisip ng mga bata ay maliwanag o malinaw. Maaari nilang gamitin ang kanilang natutunan na mga gawain na kaya nilang hawakan o gampanan. Thus, their reasoning and logical thinking are still very limited, but with proper guidance and nurturance from parents, teachers, and the rest of the community, these children can easily succeed in their intellectual endeavors. So, ang kanilang pangangatwiran at lohikal na pag-iisip ay limitado pa rin. Ngunit kung nagagabayan ng magulang at mga guro ang mga bata, magtatagumpay ito sa kanilang mga gawain. Initial cognitive characteristics. Intermediate school children greatly enjoy the cognitive abilities that they can now utilize more effectively as compared to their thinking skills during their primary years. Their school work are now more complicated, reading texts have become longer, problem solving has become an everyday part of their lives. Ang mga bata sa paaralan ay masisiyahan sa kakayahan sa pag-iisip na maaari na nilang magamit ng mas effective compared sa kanilang mga nasanayan o kasanayan sa pag-iisip sa mga pangunahing taon. Their ability to use logical and reasoning gives them chances to think about what they want and how to get it. They now become very interested in talking about the future or even their potential careers. They develop special interest in collections, hobbies, and sports. They are even capable of understanding concepts without having direct hands-on experiences. So, ang kanilang mga gawain sa paaralan ay mas lalong komplikado, ang kanilang binabasa ay humahaba at ang problem solving ay nagiging parte na ng kanilang pamumuhay. Sila din ay nagiging interesadong pag-usapan ng kanilang mga gusto, kung ano ang gusto nila maging, at sila ay may kakayahan na umintindi ng mga konsepto kahit hindi pa nila nararanasan.
This is Gemily Palomares discussing reading development and attention. Reading development in this stage, children is marked by a wide application of word attached because of the presence of previous knowledge. They now have a wide vocabulary which enables them to understand the meanings of unknown words through context clues. This is the reading to learn stage in reading development. They are no longer into fairy tales and magic types of stories but are more interested in longer and more complex reading materials. Reading development can be broken down into two major stages: learning to read and reading to learn. Learning to read involves mastering the sound structures of spoken language, understanding the alphabetic principle, decoding words, and becoming fluent. However, it does not mean that the child does not read to learn, meaning magtuon og basa, learning to read. Reading to learn, magbasa or gabasa para makatuon. Other explanation is reading is not the only way for a child to learn. For example, let's cite a scenario. A child was able to read but can't understand what he's or her reading. Then as a teacher, It is your duty to explain and let the child understand what he or she is reading through you. Attention. Attention is older children have longer and more flexible attention span compared to younger children. Their span of attention is dependent on how much is required by the given task. In terms of schoolwork, older children can concentrate and focus more for long periods of hours, especially if they are highly interested in what they are doing. Attention. Younger children have shorter attention span than older children. Therefore, creativity enters the line. A teacher needs to do something to quote a child's attention and make them listen or follow. It's not the visual aids itself, but it will depend on how you'll deliver the topics you want to catch up by your students. For example, you notice that as days goes by, your student can catch up and easily diverts their attention into something more interesting than what you are teaching. As an educator, you should do an action, turn on your creativity side, and make some things that can caught a child attention, like visual aids, colorful and interesting.
So, my topic was about the creativity and the impact of media. First is, according to James Russell Lowell, creativity is not the finding of a thing, but making something out of it after it is found. So, hindi ito nakabase sa paghahanap mo ng isang bagay, kundi kung anong magagawa mo out of it pagkatapos mong mahanap yung mga bagay-bagay. For instance, in our house, ang plastic wrappers is syempre waste na siya. Maaari hindi na siya magamit pero maaari ding i-recycle. So kami, family, ginugupit namin siya, then after it, ilalagay sa plastic bottles ng Coke or other soft drinks. And then another thing is, we collect plastic bottles para magamit or taniman. So, after it, after ano after it makakagawa ka ng new product, bagong product. Another thing is, okay, you would collect mga recyclable materials and you would make another thing or a new product out of it. So ano yung magagawa mo, like parol or a Christmas tree. So mas bongga yung magagawa mo based doon sa nakolekta mong product. So that's what I understand about the quote. So children at this stage, so itong nasa stage na ito ay nasa elementary stage na. So in this stage, they're open to explore new things. Creativity is innate in children. Natural na sa kanila, inborn na. So, they just need little guidance and support from parents, teachers, and people around them. They are usually at their best when the work is done in small pieces. Creativity in children is encouraged when the activities. So, first is encourage different responses from each child. We should encourage we should encourage them. Dapat lahat may opinion, lahat ng bata ay may opinion, so that they can feel the sense of belongingness. Okay? We should seek different response from each child para makapagbigay sila ng sari-sarili nilang opinion out of it. Next is, we should celebrate uniqueness. This uniqueness is kung saan sila magaling, kasi dito nga sa stage na ito nag-explore pa sila ng mga bagong bagay, 'di ba? So malalaman natin dito kung saan sila magaling, like sa art ba, or yun, pagiging creative. So as a parent or as a guardian, as a teacher, kumbaga we should support and guide them and also encourage them and let them embrace and love their interest. Okay. Um, Even though it's different from you as a guardian. For example, hindi ka inclined doon sa interest ng child mo. Pero, syempre, nag-explore pa lamang siya. So, ang magagawa mo lang as a guardian, you should support and let them be as long as it will cause no harm to them or to other people like that. Next is we should break stereotypes. So it doesn't mean that one child isn't good on doing his or her drawing or art or poster or whatever kind is that. Doesn't mean na lahat ng bata na ay wala ng kakayahan o hanggang doon na lamang yung kanilang kakayahan, ganon. So kasi ang stereotypes is this is the belief of a people about a group or a person based on how they look outside. Pero maaring hindi yun totoo, maaring namang partial lang noon ng totoo kasi nga hindi pa nila nakikilala kung ano yung kabuuan ng isang individual kasi bumabase lamang sila kung ano yung nasa panlabas nanyo. So, it's not good to them yung ganito yung stereotype. It might have an effect to the children, lalong-lalo na kapag i-voice out mo ito sa kanila as a teacher. Maaari nila itong dalhin hanggang sa paglaki and would instill in their minds that ay ganito, sabi ni teacher, di ako magaling sa ganito, ganyan. Kaya yun, hanggang dumaki na wala ng interes at di na itinuloy. So, kung hindi yun nangyari, kapag pinabayaan siya ng teacher, the teacher would just encourage him or her, so maaari pa niya itong ma-improve and hindi natin alam kung sa paglaki niya naging artist siya o nag-compete siya sa iba't ibang lugar, diba? So, that's it. Next is, we should value process over product. So, we should focus on how a child make his or her output rather than the product itself. Dahil kahit sabihin natin hindi naman gaano ka-perfect ang gawa ng isang bata, pero ang proseso naman sa paggawa nito ay di basta-basta. Pag, for instance, he or she didn't give up upon making the output, kumbaga makikita mo na dedicated and willing talaga siya na matapos yung kanyang work. Or it might be kahit suko-suko na siya, pagod na siya, he or she would always try to seek another way or another strategy para matapos niya yung work niya. Or maaari namang habang gumagawa siya nito, ginagawa niya ito with love, with passion. Kung kahit hindi naman gaano kaganda, pero kung ganoon naman yung proseso ng paggawa niya, so it's good na din. Kasi nga, bata sila. We should just value the process over product. Next is this encouragement of the people around the children, like the professionals or especially the parents, as yun talaga yung nag-guide sa kanila kasi yun yung nasa bahay, and also the teacher secondary na nasa eskwelahan. So with this encouragement, it can reduce stress and anxiety in children. This encouragement of the people around the children would be a way to reduce stress and anxiety in them. Kasi nga, encouragement or giving a positive words, syempre mas na-excite ang bata dito, mas nabuboost yung confidence nila para pagbutihin pa or gumawa pa, or pagbutihin like mas gagalingan ko pa sa next na gagawin ko. It's because yun, na-inspire ko yung mga tao, napasaya ko yung mga tao sa drawing ko or sa art ko. So yun yung mafe-feel nila. Next is support to share ideas not only with the teacher or parent but also with other children. So mas nahihikayat sila kapag nasusuportahan silang mag-share ng ideas or thoughts kasi mafe-feel nila na may sense of belonging na sila. At may sarili silang desisyon o opinyon na malaya nilang may babahagi sa iba. So, kagaya na lamang nung kanina, the encourage different responses from each child. So, medyo similarity lamang sila. The last thing in creativity is that we should minimize competition and external awards. Okay, dahil maapektuhan ng bata dito, they will feel na hindi sapat yung performance nila, o di sila magaling, o isa silang malaking disappointment, and many more. So an example of that is when I am in my work immersion, merong PE culmination yung mga bata, yung mga student na under ko nung immersion. So yung nag-awarding na sila, pag tarpaulin kasi yung binigay sa kanila, yung syempre grade ng PE teacher nila. Ang nakuha nung isang bata na babae is third runner-up, yung nakalagay sa tarpaulin. So pagkakita niya nun, hindi niya ito tinanggap kasi third means last, kulelat, like that. So because of that, umiyak siya ng dahil lamang doon. So next time, as a teacher, as a professional, kasi alam mo naman na bata yung hinahandle mo, next time dapat maging more sensitive tayo, no? As an educator, when it comes to kids, and limit those awards. Instead, magsabi na lamang tayo ng congratulations, keep up the good work, ang galing-galing nyo, mga ganong words, positive words lamang, or encouraging words. Or kung ano naman din, kung gusto mo namang bigyan talaga sila ng awards, or like give them some candies, yung pantay-pantay sila, or you should give them medals, yung pare-pareho din sila, kasi magsasabi na naman yan sila na, ay, bakit silver sa'yo, gold akin, mas magaling ako. So yan, kung gusto mo magbigay talaga ng external awards, gawin mong pantay para sa lahat, para hindi sila mag-inggitan and hindi ito magkukos ng negative sa kanilang isipan. So that's all about the creativity. Next is the impact of media. According to Anderson and Collins, 1988, television viewing is a highly complex cognitive activity during which children are actively involved in learning. The dream of having a television unit in every classroom started in the 1950s. It was considered as one of the first technological advancements in schools. The impact of the use of television and other media like the computer has gained popularity because students are given more opportunity to. First is communicate effectively in speech and in writing. Because of the television and other media, mas napapalawak ito ang kaisipan ng mga bata, and mas nakakagain sila ng new knowledge and discoveries na pwede nilang gamitin in writing or in delivering a speech. Second is, they given more opportunity to work collaboratively. Children can work collaboratively in social media, meaning of that they can learn from their co-students or from their teachers as well. They can interact with their other classmates, or might be create, share, or exchange ideas only virtually, kasi nga media yung pinag-uusapan. If there's free time, they can talk with each other about their similar interests. And with this, they're learning through working collaboratively, and at the same time, they can gain new friends, just like hitting two birds in one stone. Third, the use of technological tools. Technological tools plays a part on the development and learning of a child, just like teachers were adopting this kind of teaching, the new teaching. Students also need to adopt this, especially those on the elementary years, or yung mga elementary students, 'di ba? Kasi bago pa to sa kanila, so they need to adapt this, kasi nga we are now in our generation Z, and using of modern technology or advanced technology is required, dahil kailangang sumabay at makibagay tayo upang di maiwan. These tools can help both teachers and students, because It improves the teaching methods that allow teachers to promote and create an active learning environment for children. Kasi mas ang attention ng children is mas mahaba kapag nakaharap sila sa media or television and may mga pictures na nakakaakit para sa kanila, may mga sounds na yung television yung nagsasalita, so parang bago sa kanila, so kailangan nating maglagay o i-change natin yung ating way of teaching ngayon na nasa ganitong generasyon na tayo. And then, second to the last is analyze problems, set goals, and formulate strategies for achieving those goals. And lastly, they can seek out information or skills on their own as needed to meet their goals. Kasi meron na silang natutunan, meron na silang nalalaman. So, makaka-analyze na sila ng sarili nilang problema, makakaset na sila ng goals, and makakagawa na sila ng strategy para ma-achieve yung goals na yan. And also, makakahanap sila ng information or might be skills sa kanilang sarili mismo. Kasi, kailangan ito upang ma-meet yung mga bagay-bagay para sa kanila din naman. So, that's it.
Good day everyone, my name is Abdul Saborti Pangansaya and I will discuss media and aggression. Media and aggression, violence and aggression are often dubbed as one of the result of media. So ang media at aggression ay madalas na tawagin na isa sa mga nagre-resulta ng negative media. According to the Public Health Summit in 2000, the following are some of the negative results of media. So number 1, children will increase antisocial and aggressive behavior. So nag-i-increase yung antisocial ng isang bata. Example of antisocial behavior ng isang bata, physical violence such as biting, hitting, and kicking. Number 2, children may become less sensitive to violence and these who suffer from violence. So, ang bata ay maaaring hindi pa siya gaano ka-sensitive sa karahasan, kaya nakakagawa siya ng mga physical violence. Number 3, children may view the world as violent and mean, becoming more fearful of being a victim of violence. So, maaaring makita ng isang bata kung ano ang mga karahasan na naging takot sa kanya sa mga nakikita niya sa mga TV or videos, halimbawa sa pagpapanood ng horror movies. Ang isang bata ay nagkakaroon siya ng takot sa kanyang sarili dahil sa nakikita niya. So, number 4, children will desire to see more violence, entertainment, and real life. Maaring makita ng bata kung ano ang mga karahasan or pwede may reflect sa kanya. Halimbawa, sa pag-games, pag inutusan siya ng nanay niya or pag inutusan siya ng nanay yung isang bata, sinasabi niya na, mamaya na. So, pasigaw. So, nagbabago yung behavior ng isang bata dahil doon. Dahil sa negative effect ng media and aggression. The school and the home provide children with unlimited access to media, not only television and the computers, but also video, movie, comic books, and music lyrics. The responsibility now lies with the parents, teachers, and the whole community. It should be a collective effort among the factors working together to support in every aspect of development. So, sa bahay at sa school, pwede maka-access ng media ang isang bata. Hindi lamang sa TV at sa computer, maging sa video, movie, comics books, and music lyrics. So, sabi dito, the responsibility now lies with the parents, teachers, and the whole community. Kasi nga, ngayon, marunong nang gumamit ng media ang isang bata. Instead, toys or playing with sa mga kaibigan na kapwa bata. Having a role model is extremely important for children at this stage of transition from childhood and adolescence. Children need an adult to admire and emulate. Role model also provide them with mitigation to succeed. One of the most important rules of teachers to become a very good model to children. Ang pagkakaroon ng role model ay mahalaga para sa mga bata nang mabago sa kanilang mga sarili. So, for example, for the role model is teachers, parents, from the childhood and adolescent. So, ang bata ay kailangan niya may mas nakakatanda sa kanya. Yung nga sabi ko yung kanina, yung parents at saka yung teachers. Kasi kung ano yung nakikita ng bata sa teachers or sa parents, yun yung tinutularan, yun yung ginagaya niya. Kung ano yung nakikita niya in a good way. So, role model, nagbibigay sa bata para matuto siyang i-motivate ang kanyang sarili in order to succeed. Ang pinakamahalagang role ng parents or teachers is yung ipakita or turuan ng magandang asal yung isang bata. Kasi sila yung nagiging ehemplo para sa kanilang mga anak or sa mga kanilang mga sarili. Implication to children care, education, and parenting. Children have verified intelligence profile. These profiles may be based on influence in learning and achievement. Parents' children care provides their teachers should be able to recognize this truth. Number 1, being an eager participant in children growth and development. Number 2, understanding how to use the children natural curiosity to help make the appropriate development leaps in their skills and abilities. Number 3, creating an atmosphere where risks can be taken and discoveries made while children remain safe. So, 5 ways we can give our children the best education and parenting. Number 1 is try to answer all wise. Children always ask wise because of happening that they see. Number 2, give quality time because they need to spend time for bonding. Number 3, act well and teach well. Teach the children in a good manner. Number 4, always give positive stroke. You have to always show positive to the child. Number 5, show good and blow bad. That was the media and aggression.